And so I want to talk about the whole Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha. And so this I seen the interview on Breakfast Club the other day, and I thought it was interesting. And with you being a therapist, I said, well, who would be the perfect guest to discuss this?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And so when I think about I looked at the video and there were some key points when she was talking about how she recognized his withdrawing and the not eating and abnormal texting and all these different things. And she was able just to catch everything and be like, you're not right. We need to get you together. And I was even listening to the book today and she was saying how there was times he would shave his head and she was like, nope, you're not about to go out looking like that because we don't want people to see you like that. She was just so aware, and I love that.
Yes,
And
she is.
so I want to talk about, well, first of all, what were your thoughts about it?
Um, One powerful interview. Number one, I did listen to the entire thing. And then I of course read the comments and things like that on social media, and I was just looking. I'm like, okay, I see how people are, gravitating towards it. I definitely agree with her saying like, just having to be there for him, like, staying in the marriage, in the relationship. Hey, I see signs early, but I'm gonna stay and be with my man type of thing. Um, it is a hard feat, you know what I mean, to handle. And I know a lot of people say deal with. I don't like so it's like dealing with sounds like it has like a negative connotation to it. But the fact that she again stayed, she noticed and recognized those signs, she's immediate help. Okay, I'm kidnapping you. Let's get in the car and I'm taking you to the hospital. That was very, very profound. And I applaud her for that. You know what I mean? And him as well for saying, okay, maybe reluctant, a little bit of reluctancy, but he went anyway. So, and then being able to speak about it. Hello. Like that's the main point. So, because there are many, of course, many people who are, excuse me, diagnosed with schizophrenia. And now you see this big figure, you know what I mean? This big, huge rapper. And it's like, oh, wait, he's diagnosed with it too. So then it, allows people to understand themselves a little bit better, go and get help, go to therapy, things like that. So I thought it was a really good interview. And I'm very, very proud of both of them for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, to be able to talk about that on a platform such as
Yes.
Breakfast Club, and so yeah, because it was very eye opening. I didn't even know half of the stuff that he was dealing with, and so hearing this interview, I was like, man, just like you say, how many people will he be able to help
Absolutely.
just by hearing his
Yeah.
story? And I want to say shout out to his wife as well because
Yes.
black women are amazing. Can we just give it up to the black women real quick? Can we?
Round of applause at
Yeah,
that part.
right. Because I mean, that's just a beautiful thing, and to me, that marks beauty in the marriage, right? You're struggling, I got you, and then on top of that, I'm able to pay attention to the signs. I'm so locked in with
Mhm.
you that
Yes.
I can catch things when
Yes.
when you won't even open up to me.
Yes, yes, and it's very important to know your partner, obviously, you know what I mean? If you're seeing signs of withdrawal, their behaviors are just, abnormal and things like that, like, something's not right here, you know what I mean? And she may have taken a minute to see, like, okay, you're talking to me kinda I think she said, "You're talking to me crazy, you don't talk to your wife like that." But then not really internalizing that, and that was the one thing that I saw, and even if she did, she didn't mention it, but, even not internalizing, like, what's happening here? Why, type of thing like, oh, well, now I'm not going to be with you anymore. No, I'm going to stand by your side and we're going to get this help. So that was very, like I said, very profound. So, yes, shout out to her for that for sure.
Yes, for sure. And so I want to take your professional opinion on this topic as well, because since we're here, and so how can someone spot the early signs of schizophrenia in their partner?
Okay, so if your partner is again, if their behavior is just abnormal, if they verbalize that they're maybe like hearing voices or things like that, withdrawn, just doing things out of the ordinary, and things like that. It's kinda like, okay, well, you may not know it's schizophrenia at first, but it's like, "Hey, this is different. This is not you. This is very abnormal. Let's get some help. Let's go to the PCP, psychologist, psychiatrist." You know what I mean? Even a clinical mental health therapist who can then, refer you to the appropriate, you know what I mean, avenue. It's different for everyone as well, too. I mean, of course, there are, like, those, typical typical symptoms, but those are, it's just different for everyone. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, for sure. And so what should you do when your partner has a psychotic episode?
Stay calm. That would probably be the first thing, right? Don't internalize it. I think that, again, because we'll just go back to Gucci when I believe he was like yelling at her and things like that and just saying those mean things. You have to know, like, okay, you're not in your right mind right now. So don't take these things to heart. Like I said, contact whoever you need to contact immediately. But stay calm. Stay calm. I think that is probably the most important.
And I love that you said not internalizing, because Lord knows the Lord is still working on me with
Good. No.
often I'm aware,
Yeah.
but I be on the
Good.
struggle bus sometimes.
Yeah, we all are on the struggle bus sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. But you got to recognize that you're on the struggle bus. And now that you recognize you're on there, okay, what stop we getting off? Does it say psychiatrist? Does it say psychologist? Does it say therapist? What does it say? But no, we all struggle. So yeah, just being aware. Being aware is very important.
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, we're gonna drop you off with a place that got some letters behind their name. That yeah.
exactly. And not chat GPT. Those are not the letters we looking
I
for.
know, right? Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, yeah. They got GPT
Come on
after
now.
their name. How can a supporter avoid burnout or guilt?
Say that again.
How can a supporter avoid burnout or guilt?
Individual work. Individual work. Like I said, don't internalize because that's one. So when you start to internalize, you're going to stress. Then when you start to stress, then everything else follows after that. Your body's listening, like, oh, we're stressed. Okay, now I'm sick. Okay,
Mhm.
now whatever, you know what I mean. Your body like reacts to that. Um, Again, seeking your own individual therapist. I think that is very important because that's a lot. It's a lot to handle when your partner is going through any type of mental health issue, honestly, not just schizophrenia. So, um, being able to verb because sometimes you can't even talk to the partner about it because they don't even understand. So, talking to a third party, someone who's unbiased, hey, this is what's happening. I have a partner with X, Y, and Z. I need to get my thoughts out, my feelings out. I need to be able to process this. How do I help them? So, making sure you continue to do something for yourself. Self-care is not selfish. So, whatever that if you need to leave the house and go for a walk or what people like to say touch some grass, I mean, whatever you need to do for yourself, then do it. That's just actually in a relationship regardless. Right?
Mhm.
You need to be able to stick with whatever it is that makes you feel good, feel happy within yourself. But yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause it can
yeah.
happen. It can happen very fast if you're not really, well versed in it. So
Mm.
mhm.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about that as well, but I'll save that. But I want to ask, what keeps relationships strong during mental health struggles?
Ooh, uh, you gotta communicate, and I know this sounds so cliche, but I'll break it down. So, communication is not just talking. I think we somewhat should be aware of that now. Communication, what I tell my clients, you say what you need to say, use I statements. So I feel, I think, etc. I would like, I need, I desire, moving forward, I need, etc. And so then you're communicating what you need. Both parties are communicating what they need. And even if it sounds like something out of the ordinary, that's okay. It's not what you need, it's what, the partner needs. And then reflect. Reflect. Please, for the love of the good Lord himself, reflect. Reflecting is repeating what the person just said. Almost word for word if you can do it. Right? So I was hurt yesterday when you stepped on my toe. So what I heard you say is that you were hurt yesterday when I stepped on your toe. That's reflecting. That's showing your partner or the other person that you're actively listening. You're not listening just to respond immediately. Then after you've reflected, then go ahead and respond however you need to. Right? So I think that is very, very, very important. Open communication.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, because and I'm a big fan of it. Because when my wife and I, when we are seeing things different, I'm like, what I heard you say was, and then she repeats back to me, and so actually it's happening like 3 times,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know? And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
check for
so
understanding. Check for
mhm,
understanding too. So when I heard you say XYZ, did I get that right? Because if you didn't, allow that person to repeat. Allow your partner to repeat and things like so that way again you have a clear understanding because you understand more when you speak it out loud.
yep.
You can bring it in here, but if it doesn't come back out, it's like it's just jumbled up here somewhere. But yes,
Yeah, I love that because it's easy to get lost in translation, right? It's like somebody can say something, but the way you interpret it is just the way you want to interpret it, and they like, no, I didn't say that.
yep, that's not what I said.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
that's a great tool. We need to do that more often.
Yes. Yes,
A
yes,
lot of
yes.
times,
It works. It's silly at first because it's not normal. It's not natural for us to repeat exactly what our partner or someone says to us right back to them like, "Why are you repeating what I said?" You know what I mean? But once you get the gist of it, I'm telling you, communication is a breeze after that. After you've got it down pat. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
communication rules the nation.
Yeah.
Why why is professional help so important in these situations?
You can't do it alone. You
Mm.
cannot do it alone. I know a lot of us think that we can. We might get a little stuff. You know what I mean? But you can't do it alone. And then when it comes to relationship, love isn't enough. Don't fight me. Don't fight me, y'all. But love is not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you can love your partner as much as to your capacity, but that's not caring doesn't equate to curing. You know what I'm saying? So
Repeat that
yeah.
again.
Caring doesn't equate to curing. Yeah.
Can
So
you break that down, please? That's good.
So I can care so much about you, whereas like I can love you to death, or I can love this out of you, or I can, just wait on you hand and foot and things like that, and make sure your medicine is labeled perfectly. Make sure that, I delete the apps off your phone. You know what I mean? That's caring, but it's also not curing. So what's curing? You need to go to an actual professional, right? Maybe there's a diagnosis, maybe there's not. We don't know. Let's go and rule it out. Um, and then relapse prevention. Like, let's go to someone who is trained, who is a professional, so that way you can get all of these tools. It's evidence-based treatment, So it's very important to understand that yes, you love your partner, but love is not enough. You can't love and fix your partner. You know what I'm saying? There are treatments, etc., for all these types of symptoms, diagnoses, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes people will be like, "All I ever tried to do was love him."
Ooh, okay, and
He's still gonna do what he wanna do.
and right,
Yeah. No. "You don't know how much I
absolutely,
love you, though." It's like, "Okay, that's cute."
yeah. And
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you for loving me, but at the same time, I need some antidepressants. Like so, seriously, no, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Like I said, caring does not equate to curing. So, yeah.
I have one more question, and this is not in my notes because as I hear you talk, there might be someone who's watching or listening. How soon, and I guess it's subjective, but how soon should you talk to someone that, I have a condition. I don't know. I don't want to use the wrong words. Like when should you have that conversation that I'm struggling in this area?
With your partner or with like talking about professional?
With say you're dating someone and you're about to get into a committed relationship with this person,
Ah,
like when do you actually, because you can mask all day,
absolutely.
right? You can do it for a
Absolutely.
while, and so when do you have that conversation?
That's a good question. It just depends on the trajectory of the dating journey that you're on. Uh, Pretty early though, if you feel as though like you're starting to, gain feelings for this person, you're starting to spend a little bit more time with them, your intimate time then starts to be shared, and they might see. there's not a speck of dirt in your place, and if they don't put the drink on the coaster and you scream, you probably should have told them before they came over that you probably have some symptoms of OCD. Do you get what I'm saying? So, it's just as important as like your sexual status and things like that. Your health and things like that. If we're talking about our body health, why not talk about our mental health as well? So whenever I feel like you're in that moment where it's like, okay, I want to start spending more time with this person because now they're again are going to see you in more intimate settings. They're going to start seeing you inside. You know what I mean? So what does that look like? If you just, I don't know, stubbed your toe on the table and you just bust out crying, but you didn't
Mhm.
let them know that you were depressed, type of thing. So, because then this person, can be blindsided. It's like, what's happening here?
Mhm.
So as soon as you feel as though that, you're kind of getting more into that, like into sharing those intimate times.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's good because sometimes it's easier to not say anything because you might fear of losing this person, that if I'm being honest enough, and it's like all of a sudden we start catching feelings for each other, and then you're like, wait, I need to tell you something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that can ruin everything too.
That too. And when you talk about the fear, there's like fear, yes, but then it's like if that person's so quick to be like, bye, next, type of thing, they're probably not for you. And then another thing too, even though I know in the Black community, we don't like to be diagnosed, we really don't. And so educating yourself and being comfortable in whatever your diagnosis is, knowing that there's treatment for it. You can educate the person that you're dating, and you can have that open communication, that dialogue. Then it should be a little bit easier to say, hey, or to disclose, hey, I'm experiencing depression or whatever else the diagnosis may be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It's just sometimes it's just easier to not say anything because you like this person, and then the downside of that is, what if I really like this person or we like each other, but now they leave? Even though it's a good thing because that person wasn't meant for you, but what does it do to that person? Now they feel like, see, this is why I never should have said anything because mm,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And that's what I said brings back that confidence. You know what I mean? Again, I know we don't want to just, be diagnosed or really even disclose it sometimes. But then again, if you're well versed in it, if you know exactly what it is, what it looks like within you, if you're taking medications, you're steady with that. Um, if you're constantly going to therapy, et cetera, be confident in that. You know what I mean? Because you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of yourself at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if telling someone, "Hey, this is my diagnosis," or "This is what I'm experiencing," and they're like, "Ooh, okay, well, that's cool," and then they ghost you, it's like, you know what? Okay, because I know I'm not the only one experiencing this. I know I'm not the only one in the world who has this. The person you might
Mhm.
meet next might have it worse than me. No,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
get what
or
I'm saying. So that confidence piece is really important too.
that's good. And I like what you said, that if you're taking your medication, you're seeing a therapist or whatever, you're taking care of yourself. There's no shame in taking care
There's
of yourself.
no shame at all.